How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously disappointed to not be able to finish the series. Yeah, disappointed.
How serious is the injury? What's the nature of it?
Yeah, I've got a decent tear of one of the muscles that I can't pronounce because I don't know how to say it. But yeah, it was obviously took as long as we could to make that decision around that. You know, obviously a bit of emotion going into this kind of stuff when you find out what you've done. I came down here this morning with, you know, to give myself every chance of seeing if, you know, just to play as a batter. Obviously bowling was ruled out as soon as we got the scan results. But yeah, I think you need sort of that time chatting with the medical team, Baz, and then almost just 20 minutes to myself out there in the morning just to really be clear around the decision that we made. And yeah, there wasn't any. It's one of those where weighing up the risk reward, and the risk was way too high for damaging this any further than it currently is. Didn't want to put my side. I wouldn't expect to put anyone else, any one of my players, at risk with an injury like this. So look, start rehabbing now and obviously focus on what we've got coming up in the winter. So yeah, obviously very disappointed, but just almost needed a bit more time than normally would give to these kind of things to make a decision, and helps that we've got a really good strong squad to be able to select from to put a team out there that we think can get us a win this week.
How long do you think you'll be out?
Once the series was done, I was feet up anyway, so yeah, doesn't really make too much difference to what I've got from the end of the series up until the winter anyway. And
looking at the team without you in it, I know it's a difficult position to be in. You're a huge loss in terms of the balance of the attack. How do you assess the side that you do have now going into this test?
No, we've still able to field an 11. That's going to give us a very good chance of, you know, winning this game and winning the series. You know, that's the benefit of having a very strong squad and you know, some pretty bloody good cricketers to be able to choose from when we find ourselves in a situation like this. So look, let's put all the concentration onto the 11 that we've got out there this week, and we're very confident that we've got the ability to be able to win this game and hopefully win the series.
Gautam comes in, bats down at 6. There's been a lot of talk about him, a lot of hype about him. How do you think he'll deal with that?
Yeah, pretty good. I think there's a lot more hype and a lot more pressure on the shoulders in New Zealand when he got given that chance of batting at 3, and he handled that pretty well. I think being the type of player that he is, where he, you know, plays all 3 formats, probably allows him to be a bit more versatile with where he bats in the order. You know, he batted at 3 in New Zealand, did very well, and yeah, he gets to slide in at 6. And so look, I'm very confident of his ability. He's a quality player. I think we all know that. So yeah, look, we weren't going to change the batting order at all. It was just quite an easy slot in for him to come in at 6.
And just looking back to how it finished at Old Trafford, there's been a bit of needle throughout the series. Any regrets? Would you do it differently looking back?
No regrets, but I think it's one of those where when you've not been there in the field for 250 overs, you do have a bit more of an understanding towards, you know, both sides. You know, the 2 lads, Jadeja and Washington, played incredibly well up until that point, so you sort of understand as to why they wanted to stay out there and get the hundreds. But again, like I said at the end of the game, fair enough, but I'm not going to bowl any of my bowlers in a situation there where we can't win the game and expose any of those guys to injury. So look, it's just, we're over it. I think India are over that whole thing. Let's just try our best not to focus too much on a 20-minute period of cricket. Yeah, but it's been such a good series so far.
And Friday will be a day for Thorpe, in memory of Greg Thorpe, a man who influenced you a great deal, I know. Just, can you sum up how important that will be to you on Friday? I know you won't be out there, but the sentiment and the tributes that will be paid.
Yeah, Thorpe's been a very influential character as a player and as a coach in English cricket. a few of us in that dressing room now spent a lot of time around him when we were younger, coming through the ranks. And then as we got into the main team, Thorpe spent a lot of years around us. So yeah, it's going to be a special day for all English fans. Special day for his family to be able to see how much he meant to English cricket and how much he means to the current England dressing room. So yeah, it obviously will be an emotional day, I think, for a lot of people, but also a day where one of the greats of the game and greats of English game can be appreciated.
We'll go Joe, Rory, and then Will.
Ben, you worked so hard to get in a position to play such a big role in this series, the full all-rounder role, everything you've been at the centre of for England. And people have loved watching that. Also, people have perhaps been saying, look, Ben, could you take it easy? Do you think there's anything more you could have actually done to manage your workload in that sense over the course of the 4 Test matches?
No, not at all. When I'm out in the field, I play to win. I give absolutely everything that I possibly can. If I feel like there's a moment in the game where I need to put everything that I'm feeling aside, I'll do that, because it's how much this team means to me, it's how much playing for England means to me, it's how much winning means to me. But there's absolutely nothing that I could have done before. Being a professional sportsman, injuries is part of this game, and can't do anything about them.
And you are such a big figure in this England team, everyone knows it. How do you expect this Test match to pan out in terms of your influence on the team, Ben, even though you're not there in the field?
We've got some incredible leaders out in that 11 still. I know I'm a captain, but I seek advice from quite a few people who've got some fantastic cricket brains out there. And we've got a team of 11 match winners. One person doesn't win you a game, and just because I'm not playing or I'm playing doesn't mean that we're going to win or lose. We've had people put in some pretty special individual performances throughout this game, and this is another opportunity for 11 different people to be able to put their hand up and hopefully win a game for England as well.
Rory, go ahead.
And you mentioned thinking about the winter ahead now. Like when you got the information from the medical team, did you ask the question? Did you say how does this affect the Ashes?
Not like that, no. It was more of a what's the risk here? What's the worst possible thing with where this current injury is at to where it could head to? And hearing where it could head to was not something that was worth taking a risk on.
If you'd played this week, it was potentially pretty bleak.
Well, I could have played this week and nothing happened, but I also could have played this week and something worse happened. So, as again, it's risk reward. I'll always try and push myself as much as possibly can. So, for me to say it's not the right decision, I understand where it's at.
And I think I probably know the answer to this question, but you'll be around this week supporting Holly.
Definitely.
Will, please, and then we'll go Chris, and then Sunderson at the back.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I bet when we saw you on Sunday, you didn't seem to think there was any chance of you missing this game, really. Did you have a sense of it then, and were you quite shocked when these scan results came back?
That's what I did say. I don't want to eat my words. Just, look, I woke up in the morning after that game, and it was pretty sore. So, I wasn't surprised. The scan showed something. But as I said, left it to as late as possible. Thought about it properly with the medical guys and Baz and my own self. But I wasn't surprised that something showed up.
Do you think the schedule for a series like this now is too tightly packed? If you look at this game, getting to the end of it without you, Jasper Brummer's not going to play anything, Jofra, Brian Cast, there's been a really heavy toll on both teams. Partly might be down to the pitches you played on this summer, which is a chance, but do you think the schedules are too tightly packed now?
I guess maybe you could look back over a 5-game series, could be the gaps in between games be, done a little bit better. Maybe I think you know, if you had 2 8-day and 9-day gaps between tests, and then 2 3-day turnarounds, maybe you could look at, I don't know, making it 4 5 for every game, maybe, just so there's that consistency. But yeah, it has been tough for both teams. You know, it's been a lot of overs bowled by bowlers, a lot of time spent out in the field. But yeah, that's part of the game. But yeah, maybe you could look at going, do we need to have a 8-day break, 9-day break, but then also a 3-day break? Could be 4 or 5 between every game, and you're still going to have the same amount of days throughout the series.
Could you ask about Liam Dawson missing out? Was it a call between him and Jacob, and you've gone for the batting, or was there always a chance he might be squeezed out here?
Look, we had to obviously think about me not being able to, if I was to play, it would just obviously be the batter. And then the way in which the Oval generally plays here is that you're seen as are the ones who take the wicket. So yeah, we, you know, obviously being a forced change, having Beth come in at 6, we still felt that we wanted to have the 4 seamers, because we felt that here that's giving yourself the best chance of winning the game before obviously the ball's been bowled, and the way that it's sort of played here throughout the year anyway, and the County Championship, you know, they've looked very similar to this and played like that. So yeah, there's a little bit of intel going into that, but you know, obviously wanted to give ourselves 4 seamers.
Chris, go ahead, please.
Hi Ben, just to clarify the sort of timeline on this, are you and the medical team confident that we'll be completely over this by the time you guys land in Australia in early November?
Yeah.
And what is the time frame they're giving you to kind of rehab?
6-7 weeks probably.
Okay, thanks.
Sundaram at the back, please.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to Sydney.
Just looking at the number of overs bowled by both the teams, would you expect a slightly helpful wicket for the bowlers, at least for the last test?
I've been expecting it from day one, to be honest. But I'm not going to lie, this one looks like to have a lot more live grass on the wicket than the other wickets we've been on. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised this week in particular that there is a little bit more assistance there for the seams.
Sydney, and then one more here, please. Go ahead, Sydney.
You were just talking about the 5-test series and scheduling. Now, you've been part of a lot of 5-test series. Can you just tell us how much of a toll does it take on a player and a captain in terms of physical, mental and emotional?
Big toll. It's yeah, look, physically it's very tough. You know, a lot of, yeah, especially out in the field, you know, it's bowling over, standing up there anyway, it is tiring. But then obviously the mental side of it as well is just as tiring. This series in particular, I think, has it gone to the last session? 5, I don't know. Yeah, if that's even ever happened before, I wouldn't know. But yeah, it's been a tough, grueling series, but it's class to play. It's a real test of character, it's a test of physicality, all that kind of stuff. And I think that the way in which both teams have, you know, fronted up every single day and every single session and given everything for, you know, their countries is testament to how much this format means to England and India and every other team in the world. Because yeah, the easy option would be to just, I don't know, not turn up and give up. But yeah, as you've seen, every team, both teams have turned up every single day and just given absolutely everything and left everything out in the field so far. And I don't see it being any different this week.
Rev Sports, last one, go ahead.
When any instructions given to you that you can watch the wicket from 2.5 meters away?
Any what, sorry?
Any instructions were given to you that you can watch the wicket from 2.5 meters away?
This is about yesterday. I wasn't. Obviously it's hard not to see that stuff, but I wasn't here. I don't know what's happened.
It was same drill for you guys, like any other venue?
I don't know what's happened.
Okay,
Just
we're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ben.